Hello everyone and welcome to Kyonin Legacies. I am your host, Wuten, and today we have Dungeon 3 on the horizon. Question mark? Goody? Yes?
Question mark?
Perhaps? So, I am playing as Shizuki, the human brawler, and below me is Cygnus playing as Kanari.
That's me.
We have Anri being played by Solar.
Hello!
We have Sorren being played by Chaotic.
Hey!
And we have Kai being played by Kai.
Boo!
And over on the right-hand side, our benevolent DM of the afternoon, GutiuSerenade.
Welcome to something that I have been working on since 2016, and I hope it lives up to its hype.
Hell yeah.
So, the vibe has now been set with background and music. Last time on Kyonin Legacies, we finished up that fight with the Najikai, and you all were able to free the Crimson Oni from their imprisonment and enjoyed a night of celebration with them. And sadly, Tai decided that it was in her best interest and those of her people to part ways for now. They need a leader, and who better to help give that reassurance and hope than one with direct relation to the one they once called king a long time ago. And so they returned northeast, where evidently an old castle of a greedy old lord once called home. One that one of you is rather intent to stay far away from on account of your histories. And you all continue northwest through the valley. Is there any RP to be had on the road? As the more you go on, the more darker and imposing the day seems to get.
I'd possibly like the chance to try to write a spell into my spell book, but I think that's about it. I pretty much would probably be, as we're getting closer and closer to the tower, Sorren seems to get quieter and quieter and kind of focuses in on his books, trying to feverishly write these scrolls into the book.
In turn, Anri will be doing the same, except she's painstakingly polishing her guns, taking them apart, cleaning them, putting them back together, counting her ammunition.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Kanari's just going to be keeping an eye on the road.
Mm-hmm. Same with Shizuki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just helping maybe get food, I don't know.
All right.
Stock us up on the trip ahead.
Last chance before we go into the Valley of the Dead.
Exactly. Well, we still got some trees and whatnot.
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival, Kai, to see what you can round up.
Okay. And then 31.
Nice.
Okay. Is that with planes? Because I'm
Yes.
I'm having this roll before you kind of get into the valley
Yes,
itself.
this is the plains. I added that. I figured that we were still in the good parts.
Yeah, you're able to find and collect and gather a fair amount of critters and game meat and assorted berries from the road and whatnot.
Yeah.
That'll supply you just fine as you make your way through the Valley of Remorse. And Shizuki and Kanari, since you two are eyeing the road, if you could roll me perception checks, please.
Gotcha.
Sure.
That is 24 perception.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
0.
So, so the telltale signs of the fog appears to be rolling in.
Oh boy.
Yep.
And we go ahead and move you over to.
As another side note, has Kanari had enough time to finish upgrading my headband?
Yeah, how many days have passed?
Where did we leave off?
Right after we took out the Oni. Not the Oni, but the other thing, the other version. Snake.
Me things.
Okay. I would say after that evening, this would be 2 days afterwards.
Okay, so it's in perfect time for you, Sorren.
Cool, so I'll be able to go ahead and do everything I need, and I didn't think which class skill it's going to increase. Let's just say sense motive.
Okay.
Okay.
You sure you don't want perception or something?
I already maxed out my perception.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you could all roll me perception checks, please.
All of us or just them?
All of you.
Oh, okay. Are we still on the plains or are we entering the other area now?
We're in the other area now. This is a bit more
Gotcha.
rocky and mountainous.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm seeing.
All right.
My nose is too far in the book at the moment.
That's understandable.
But
even
she
then-
is looking.
The atmosphere around you, as you come close to Noctala, the pathway begins to narrow a fair bit. And there is indeed a sort of purple smog that is obscuring your vision through the remainder of the pathway. And that being said, Shizuki and Anri, you hear
That's cursed.
That is
That's
very
cursed shit. That's cursed shit right there.
I'd never
sound of something deep in the fog.
I never thought I'd describe anything as wispy sucking. And
That's wispy sucking.
that's
Mhm.
wispy sucking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Notifying everyone else about that.
Mm-hmm.
There's something ahead. It's not normal. Whatever it is.
It's wispily sucking.
You remember the words of the man you spoke with, who was apprehended back in Baranage.
Yep.
He said that he said something along the lines of finding a spot to hide out and quietly make camp for the night if there's anything through the fog. And indeed, just before entering through, there is a little side area over here behind some thicker cliff sides and large boulders that may be just appropriate for that.
All right. Well,
Set up a base camp?
That would be my suggestion.
I think so. Here, let's scale the cliffside, and we'll make our way over there. And I believe I do have rope for such an occasion.
Rope.
Rope.
We'll say this this little cropping over here is actually on the same level as you guys. If you wanted to stay low.
And test.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
All right, cool. It's working. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll charge it again on the rest.
Goody, so what is like the outer limit of that fog? Would we be able to get like around this way without going inside the fog?
Well, yeah, this is like the very like initial like it's rolling in through from the north.
Okay.
So all things considered, it would probably envelope you, but at the like overnight. But at the same time, it's if you're looking to remain quiet for the most part, you can probably, if what Trega said was true, you probably would not disturb anything per se.
Okay. That
On the subject.
case, what do you say I go first, just to see if I can stealth through and around, and then we'll
Before you
see
do.
what happens.
Before you do, I would like to, now that we have the fog in front of us, that we can see it, I would like to detect magic, and I would like to roll knowledge to see if there's anything obviously magical about this.
Alright.
Just so
Okay.
we can make sure you're not, going to walk into it and faceplant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and roll me Arcana.
That works. Back to the gal of all tens. 19.
Okay. So, with a 19, what you're sensing from this fog is not necessarily any kind of spell itself, but a mixture of conjuration, transmutation, necromancy. All of it as a sort of, almost as if it was like a byproduct.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Okay.
But you do not detect anything poisonous or deadly within the fog itself. But venturing through it would probably, with detect magic on, would probably make you go, oh god, oh god.
So essentially, it's almost like the remnants of a spell, the remnants of a spell that's been cast, similar to, in a way.
Right.
Almost like it's the leftover.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
And also with that check, though, with this information, it was not cast recently. Think almost like pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magical fallout.
Without, fallout effects.
That we know of.
Necromantic magic dust in your lungs is probably not a good thing.
Jesus. Like those, the calcification business we had last week.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Except your lungs are slowly transforming into flesh squirrels.
Oh,
Ah! Woo! Ulki, is that you?
Why is there a noise coming from in your chest?
well, on that horrible note, I will relay this information to everyone and advise a stealthy approach.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go first, just to make sure that whatever it is doesn't have a physical form that can hit us on our way around.
Mm-hmm.
So a 17 stealth as I make my way up. Ba.
Okay. Okay.
Is that stealth able to get me through safely?
Nothing appears to be happening.
All right. I will give a thumbs up to the rest of the party and make my way around here.
Okay. Henry will proceed forward. Oh, I'll roll stealth as well. That would be a good idea.
41. Holy shit.
Woo!
I
Stealth.
wish I could be
I'm
that
not
quiet with.
Cleric.
I wish I could be that quiet with my height. Jesus.
Dex build, and she probably has all of her ranks in stealth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Anri's actually getting better at stealth.
Yeah. All
My
right.
turn. 36.
That's understandable.
Understandable, have a nice day.
Yes.
I think we can assume Kai is going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let me see here.
Oh god, excuse me.
Nice.
Pardon
Bless
you.
Stealth baseline is 20. This is for Kai. 32.
Okay.
I do not have control of the token.
That's okay.
We are luckily a fairly stealthy party, funny enough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're experienced
began-
players. We know to invest.
Yes.
And you begin setting up camp as it seems to little kind of roll over for the evening.
Do we start a fire or anything like that that might give away our position? Is that something we want to do?
I would
If
say
you're in a
just eat
fog-
rations tonight.
Hmm.
And find a corner to huddle in, because that's what Sorren is actually doing. He's kind of found
Yeah.
a nook in the rock, and he's kind of sitting there. And if you're watching him, he might be rocking a little bit more than you'd expect, or actually probably as much as you do expect.
Oh yeah.
Anri
Although-
will, go on.
Actually, one thing we could do is we could set up the tent in such a way that it's, not an actual tent, but just kind of draping the canvas over us so that we're
That's
shielded
true.
from the elements, but also not obviously, setting
Yeah.
up structures.
Actually,
Rather than
aside-
setting up a full tent on the ground using the rock face as one of the sides of
Exactly.
the tent, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, on that note, Guti, besides strange arcane fog, what is the weather like?
You don't know. It's
But,
very
like-
thick.
Does it feel cold?
It's
Or like-
chilly,
Okay.
but it's night feels like it has fallen at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that, it's fairly chilly, but not in so much you'd have to be making checks for. But
Okay. That's just what I wanted to check.
Yeah. Like we've got blankets and tents and bedrolls and
Mhm.
stuff. We're good on that.
We'll be
front.
fine. We'll be fine.
so you're able to have little,
In
hushed
fact,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, in fact, I actually have something specifically for this. It wouldn't be a fire, but it would be little
I'd say you have those pocket warmers or something like that.
the heat stone. Yeah.
Yeah, pocket warmers.
Yeah, pocket warmer.
Hmm.
But they emit a 20-foot square area of comfortable warm heat, even in extreme cold, or a 40-foot square area in severe cold. So, Shizuki can, after we set up the tent and everything, Shizuki can just strike it against the rock of the cliffside, set it down, and comfy.
Nice.
There you go.
Mm. It's
Smart.
not quite. It's not quite hard enough. Not hard enough. Hot enough to cook food on, but it is warm enough to provide warmth in cold.
We'll at least feel good before
Yeah.
we die.
Yeah, exactly.
So after the tent's done setting up, Sorren's just gonna be. So how we handling the watches then?
Well, I can take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
I guess that leaves me with the last one.
Okay.
You're the one who
Yes,
asked.
Well, fair enough, I guess.
Anri will give you a playful nudge to try and lift your spirits.
Get an elbow to the ribs back, just to, meh.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead then. First watch. Roll your perception checks.
All right, let's see it. D20 plus 35.
So Wuten,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever see the movie Pitch Black?
No, I've not.
Doesn't sound like a good. It doesn't sound like a good idea right now.
Yeah.
The creatures in this movie make this very. Hold on, I'm gonna find a reference here. Because I honestly don't know how to describe it. Like almost like a crooning sort of. Moment, please. That sounds like a lot of them. I want just one.
Just one. We don't need a whole crowd of them today.
Well, it's because in the movie there were swarms of them, but
Okay.
All right. Let's hear this. Oh boy. Ah,
the little
I get it.
something kind of like that through the night.
yeah.
Just one that kind of just. It's the sound of it sort of echoes through the valley a little bit. When
All right.
there's occasional pauses, you hear more of that.
All right.
Other than that, bit of an eerie noise, but other than that, nothing threatening seems to happen.
Okay.
Second watch. Perception
Okay.
check, please.
Anri.
Okay.
27.
So, Anri. You two also hear noises kind of similar to that. And I was going to say, when you're kind of just a little bit curious as to the possible source of it, and with the 27, you're able to kind of see the direction from where it's echoing, a little bit towards the northeast. Look really
Okay.
close, and you see something almost camouflaged on the cliffside.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
Going
Hi,
to
friend.
Oh.
show you the Marauder Liamora,
Oh my god.
perched along the cliffside, seemingly consuming the fog particles.
Really? Okay.
It's filter feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem to be aware of our presence?
No, it's feeding.
Good deal.
Okay.
You remember that
Yeah.
Shizuki did mention about the things in the fog that they're much more that no one was really attacked unless they were making their movement very apparent.
Okay. So it doesn't look. I would know that this creature probably doesn't want to, like it. It won't bother us unless we bother it.
Pretty much.
Okay. In that case, if that's something to be expected, I won't wake anyone up until my watch is over. But when my watch is over, I'll let someone know about it.
All right.
Okay.
I'll point it out to them.
Okay.
Speaking of, who is next?
Kanari.
And yeah, you'll get a gentle poke awake, and Anri quietly putting a finger to her lips and pointing in the direction of this thing.
Kanari nods and cues you back towards the tent.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice round 30.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you too spot it through the fog, but doesn't seem really intent on really moving for a good while. Other than that, your shift goes without anything else of note.
Out of curiosity, the fog, I noticed that it's, expanded significantly since we got here. With that 30, can I see how far it seems to stretch?
It looks as though you're through a fair bit of it. And it should probably be gone by the time morning comes.
Okay. Good deal.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yep.
Okay. Other than that, your watch passes without much other incident.
All right. And I'll wait for Sorren to shuffle his way over.
He probably doesn't look like he slept very well.
I can imagine. She'll give his shoulder a little extra squeeze before she leaves.
A kind of half-hearted smile as he finds himself a spot to settle in.
Okay. And like Anri before her, she will also point out the giant demon butterfly.
He's going to rub his eyes a few times to make sure that they're working properly. And then we're good.
Okay.
That was probably Sorren too, to be fair.
Roll initiative.
I heard that. No.
Y'all hear him scream like a little girl, you know that's the alarm to get the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Sorren, you learned the alarm spell.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll perception, Sorren.
19.
Okay. Well, Kanari is able to point the thing out to you. Nothing really of note to your knowledge seems to happen overnight, but the fog is beginning to dissipate a bit as more of it continues to roll.
During his watch, as everyone else is asleep, his hand keeps itching towards his pack, but he stops himself.
Okay. And at one point, makes its way off the cliffside and flies into the what remains of the night. The fog eventually passes as morning comes.
Perfect.
Success.
Yes.
And yet, despite that morning, the skies are still quite dark in this region.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Come on, folks, up and at 'em. Let's get out of here before more of that fog rolls along.
Before more of that anything rolls along.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
Borf.
Let's rich on the chin.
If we're going to be stealthy, Anri will pull out her oil of silence and apply it to her gun.
Yep. And I will preemptively summon hand even.
And
Hi, hand.
Hand wave.
Summon hand. All right.
okay.
I have my dagger in hand.
Okay. Perception down this way.
Okay.
29.
Okay. Nothing of note down through here.
All right.
I imagine you can assume that if we need a make a stealth check, you'll let us know because we're moving slow. So,
Yes.
Yep.
is there a path down this way?
No, that I'll just.
It's just a dead end, essentially.
I just
Okay.
missed square. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
That being said, Guti, as we're going along, I'm going to keep an eye out specifically for any corpses that we might find, or ruins of wagons,
Okay.
evidence that other people have been here.
Okay. As you make your way around this ridge, please roll me a perception checks.
All right. 26.
19 again.
30 again.
35.
Okay. A strange sight would appear to be ahead. You can see the old village of Noctala,
Ooh.
but a strange sight is there appear to be lamps hanging and other such things to light the streets.
Hmm.
Are they currently lit?
What's that, Kanari?
Are they currently lit?
Yes.
Would I be
Because-
able to cast? Sorry, go ahead.
You're fine. The reason for this. One moment. Thought I had this. Despite the fact that morning has come, and through after this fog has had passed, the a storm of dark magic nimbus clouds spiral around the town, and far off in the distance, you see it. A storm of dark magic nimbus clouds spiral below the summit of this ancient tower. The surrounding sky is stained a sickly amethyst, concealing the light of the sun and leaving Naftala in a state of seemingly perpetual night. Do you know the... Have you ever noticed... how do I best describe this? Over the summer, in years past, where I live at least, if there is a telltale sign of a thunderstorm that rolls through while it feels like sunlight is trying to break its way through the storm, leaving the atmosphere with this strange sense of like a purpley atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, I love nights like those, but on the other part, that is a lot like what this atmosphere essentially feels like. Or green, yeah, I've seen that too, actually.
It's like the old man whose knee starts to hurt before it starts to rain sort of feel.
But ahead through the town proper, there appear to be lamps lighting the streets, probably due to the effect of this sensation of night.
So, quick question. Just double checking if anybody wants anything that's out of my backpack, because apparently I'm still carrying a whole bunch of magic items from our last fight. So,
Okay.
and I just want to double check and make sure that we didn't claim any of it, because I appear to also be wearing, say, for example, a Amulet of Natural Armor +1, but I also apparently have it in my pack. So I don't know if it's the same one or if we had two. So.
I think
Just
we
double
only
checking.
had one, and I think we decided to hand it off to you.
Okay, so I'll just delete that
Yeah.
off the thing. Otherwise, I imagine that nobody claimed anything else that was in here, because I don't think anybody had a use for them. So
No, I think a lot of it we said we were going to just sell.
Yeah.
yeah, and I just said I would keep it in my pack. So
Right.
Yeah. Because you've got the supernatural or extra dimensional
handy haversack,
bag. Yeah.
handy haversack, most useful fucking bag in all of Pathfinder. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Designated Trader.
Indeed.
should start tanking ranks in profession merchant at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do something slightly meme-worthy, but also probably not a bad idea, just in case I roll to disbelieve the illusion.
Okay.
I don't believe you. I don't trust you.
I don't trust anything around here. 27.
That's smart, actually. But as far as you can tell, the lanterns do appear real.
Okay.
And they do appear to be actually lanterns, not the telltale sign of any kind of specters or any of that sort of thing.
Good deal.
I will cast a detect magic and look at one of the lanterns real quick.
Okay. They are a little bit far off for you to notice from your position.
Once we get within 60 feet of one, then.
Okay.
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 All right. So, is there a marching order you guys would like to arrange yourselves in?
Should we have Sorren up front, searching
Does
for,
Sorren want
just
to go in
keeping an
front?
eye on traps? He doesn't want to, but he is the trap finder. So
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
Sorren and
I
Kai.
I can stay close behind you because I have good eyes and sniffer.
So marching order: Sorren, Kai, and it's looking like Shizuki, Kanari, Anri.
Yeah.
That
Yep,
works if
looks
we want to
good.
go in a straight line.
All right.
Okay.
Anri's pretty tanky, to be honest. She can be a backliner,
Yeah.
back tank.
I was about to say, you really are just a back tank usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Mhm.
Sorren, since you are leading then, if you could please roll me perception.
Sure.
Gunbreaker, here I come.
Okay.
24.
So,
And we add 2 for any traps,
okay.
because he's also kind of keeping an eye out just in case there's like trip ropes or cupboard holes or even the telltale sign of some kind of a magical setup.
Okay. So you make your way closer to the town. And unfortunately, one was just hidden a little too well.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Over the three of you. 1 second, actually. Let me arrange something over here.
Oof.
Oof.
To be fair, even with my trap finding, y'all still have like ridiculously higher perceptions than me, and I'm not sure how you didn't. I have maxed perception and I have skill focused perception, and you're still higher than me.
As
What's your wisdom?
13.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
there's a sort of as you closer to town, there's this sort of rocky sort of like overhang, and it was still just a little too dark to see the tripwire for a huge cage to fall from above and over the three of you.
There was a cage hanging above us? Shit.
How do we miss something like that?
Because it's obvious. No one would do that, but they did!
I'm assuming it's reflex checks, reflex saves.
Let me do one more thing here.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Math changed, yet we're still in a purple box.
There's a kobold too.
Yep.
Well,
He's on the roof.
the good news is he's not the only one.
Wait, what?
God.
There's kobolds everywhere.
There are.
They're in the trees.
They're on the roof. They're out the windows. All
Do y'all
pointing
live here?
arrows.
We're sorry. We don't want.
All pointing arrows in your direction. If they could have fired, they would have done so by now.
Anri is not going to draw her pistol, but she is going to step in front of the cage in case they do try and shoot.
Okay.
Like that.
And what about you, Kanari?
Same.
Same. Okay.
I can draw a gun as part of
They
an
are all-
initiative round anyway.
They're all babbling something among themselves. But then you hear then you hear a voice call out and say, hold your bows. I know these ones."
Friend.
Oh shit!
It's him!
Hey, it's the boy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Though
Wait.
No
what
surprise.
Wagtail.
though what cause they have to come to such a forsaken place eludes me.
That is.
Well met, Jolpri.
Kanari,
Yes.
how have things been?
Wish they could say that they've been better, friend. We've been fighting the Grim up and down the coast. We were there for Albrook, and we've traced what we believe to be the main cell back to the tower.
So your crusade to them has continued, I see. Well, that is not the reason that I am here, which is why I wanted to make my visit here brief, but funny thing, the strands of fate, I suppose. You can let them out of their cage, by the way, he says to some of the kobolds as they look to each other a little apprehensively at first, and they will come over and start
I don't like
dismantling.
being in the kennel.
Oh, yeah, Kai's in his kennel.
I don't like it.
the little ones were trying to catch any others that were making their way through under orders of the mistress, the warden of this place.
Not of the Grim, I hope, otherwise this might get a little bit difficult.
No. She is far and away any appreciator of the cultists.
Well, I suppose the appropriate thing for guests to do would be to announce themselves and perhaps have an audience. Is the mistress of this place one who welcomes such audiences?
She, how does one say? She gives the impression that she wishes normally to be left alone to her devices, but given recent circumstances and her dislike of the interlopers who have come through, it may behoove you to get on her good side.
Well, as I'm sure you remember, we're quite good at that, my friend. Not only that, but we may be able to assist her with the vermin problem that she seems to be having.
One of the kobolds snorts. I don't think she means you.
I don't, little one. She's putting on her best diplomatic smile.
Well, I can at the very least relay, if you wish to, if these ones will welcome you, as will their warden, then their rules are quite normal for here. Do not be like the cultists, stir up trouble, and standard town fare. But also, don't look Borislav in the eye. He gestures towards a kobold who steps around the corner.
I want to look them in the eye.
Oh,
Okay, is he followed by what I think he is? Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is one bold you do not.
So I
mess
cannot
with.
look him in the eye, but can I sniff his butt?
Technically, that is within the rules.
oh,
Cool.
good. If you have to rule it on a technicality, god damn it.
Constructionalism, my man.
Oh boy.
Other than that,
Not a do dog thing.
I came here to do business with the folk here as part of assisting a tribe to the western forests, a collective tribe of the Fenrija that I have recently made well enough relations with.
Very good to hear. How fares your tribe, incidentally? I know it's been some time.
I have not been back in some time. I shall we say, still trying to find my own path. Why did the music stop? What the fuck?
Oh no, not the music.
That was not intended, and I'm not about to have anyone roll initiative. I'm just...
Likely story.
Come on.
Blame the menacing kanji. This scared the band away.
Aw.
True.
They looked him in the eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Let's see if this does it better. Hopefully that does it.
There it
though.
goes.
Yep.
Hopefully that's the looping one. Apparently I had a non-looping one here too. Anyway. Oh.
All right.
I understand. I'm sorry that you haven't had the chance to see your people again, but depending on how our business here concludes, you will of course always be welcome to travel with us.
I suppose that is something to consider. Ones who spared my life in the past and looking to help those around them. Perhaps there is merit to this. Oh. Needless to say, I will be in town for some time if there's anything that you would like to, any wares you would like to inspect for yourself.
Excellent. I think we have some things of our own to trade. She'll look to Sorren. So perhaps we'll find you later once we've made our introductions.
Sure. The Warden's Tower is the one over to the west, the less ominous looking one. So he gestures towards a part that kind of sticks up above a little ways, yeah.
Okay.
On that note, Guti, how good of condition does the town actually seem to be in? From the last picture that you showed, it looked like it was almost pristine, but, is this ruins?
Yeah, it's by comparison, yeah, it's ruined, but it looks like crafty as they are, the kobolds have been kind of doing their part to construct more makeshift-ish shelters in some portions.
Right.
Sure, yeah, that's not a bad comparison. They're not to like the Empire of Man quality, but they're crafty boys. They figure a way.
So, makeshift village out of the ruins of an old town.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, it'll share.
Yeah, we'll share.
Where the copies?
Yep. Except these are
Kobolds, and I mean, close enough.
Well, I mean, let's
Don't
see
tell
what they
the
do with
kobolds
giant
I
robots.
said that.
Let's
It's
let's
okay,
see
you were
what their let's see what their raid series is.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Is there more time travel involved?
Look this
I
guy
mean,
in
at
the
this
eye and
point-
find out.
There's a lot of big braining in this campaign, but I don't have enough for time travel. All right, I'm gonna just put that up front.
We're going to have closed loop time travel. Is everything predetermined or does it change? You got to figure out these rules beforehand.
No.
Just
At
saying.
any rate, you are now free to go about the town. There's never mind. You wouldn't know that part.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm sticking with everybody else. I'm not wandering off at this point.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I mean, from where I come from, kobolds are just literally pests. Like,
Yep.
they're not. So I'm kind of surprised that they seem to be tolerating us in the first place. So I just don't say anything about it, but
Yeah, Kanari seems to be gripping her staff a little bit more tightly than usual, but other than that, she's all smiles.
All smiles.
Well, I got us through the opening. Shall we,
suppose we're lucky that an old friend of yours was happened to be here. How lucky is that, huh?
Yes, very lucky. Convenient, one might say. Whatever his protestations to the contrary, I suspect he's here for the same reason we are.
You think he's going to the tower?
You remember.
Stop
You remember when we last met him? He was also part of the apparently very large number of people infiltrating the Grim to make sure they weren't a threat to local stability. So,
A lot of folks working for the king, working for the queen, or
the thing with Jolpri is that he was. This is just kind of a reminder as well.
probably Kanari's the only one who knows this. So I don't think she's ever described much of Jolpri to us. So
yes, he came from a tribe that was also that also kind of had lost its way. It was very akin and close to nature, and communed with nature and all the sort. He was at the time he had taken the how do I put this? A very extremist perspective of the preservation of nature, which involved the collapsing of the corruption of the hand of man. Yes,
right.
And since the cult had several parts in doing some of these horrid actions, he was like, "All right, I'll help coordinate this."
I guess he became disillusioned with it at some point, realizing, oh, not quite what I expected.
Yeah, okay.
But then he ended up getting the briefly brainwashed before we ended up saving him from that.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
So long. Okay.
Yeah. He was. Wuten's right. He did not make his save to the influence of that ritual that went wrong.
Yeah. But we managed to break him out of it somehow. I can't remember how, but we did.
We did it.
All we know is it happened.
Probably involved in knocking him out.
Yeah. Something.
Usually a good plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for the reminder. I thought he was, like I said, infiltrating on behalf of his tribe, because I remembered they were nature worshippers, and I remembered that he was a druid, or something druid adjacent, and yeah, I guess I just didn't remember from 4 years ago, whatever it's been by now.
God.
Okay, so yes, backtracking RP-wise, yes, I will amend what I said to incorporate that.
Yeah.
Nope. No. Other than that, there's I will say there are more than just like kobolds here. Like there's there's other sort of like minor races, or in some cases like some poverty-ish stricken individuals who are just like doing their best in this area. Everybody seems to get along in so much as they can.
Right.
Other than that, what y'all wanting to do next?
Well,
he suggested we introduce ourselves at the tower or whatever, so I'd
And I
imagine
gave the
that's not a
GM
bad
a
idea.
kiss.
Okay. What'd you ask? What'd you say, Kai?
Can I give the GM a kiss?
Okay, right here.
Okay, sorry. You asked what I wanted to do next.
Okay.
Give a little kissy.
There's nothing else. We can just go ahead and the sound of solar socks and
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
What did you do?
No! Shut up! I don't know what they're talking about. They're being crazy.
Are they?
No. Just know that it's adorable.
I will take your word for it.
Okay.
I've heard the ASMRs.
No, you haven't.
Make your way into this building, and some of the other kobold guards and other various people keeping watch lead you, point you to the main chamber. The flicker of mage lights alight this hall, filling the air with a sense of somber dread. Ornate decor of eld, emblems of lords and noble families long since dissolved, adorn the hall. At the far end sits a woman upon a lone throne, a burning ferocity in her eyes, an expression that precedes her aged body. An old scythe is hitched upon the back of the throne, a memento of times long past.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Fancy.
And she says, "You are the first peoples to have made your way to visit me as of recent, before marching even further to your deaths. I welcome the company. I am the warden of this place. You may call me Ortilia von Vobray."
Mm.
Oh, surely we've heard that name before, or at least von Vobray.
I have definitely
Yeah,
heard
it sounds
Von Vogel.
familiar.
But do you remember?
Well, let me break out my
Goody.
notebook.
Yes, Kai.
I have the attention span of a dog, so
Well,
the brain,
Ah.
the brain of a walnut.
Perhaps that should evolve a little going forward. Who are you
Yes.
who do not know your history, Kai?
someone doomed to repeat it.
Anyway,
Hey.
Yes. I once again, as per usual with this campaign, I didn't have the spelling right, so I had to go by what I remembered having written it out as. Von Vobrays were the Archmage from back in the day, and the kid.
Oh, that's right, the kid.
The
I
kid.
forgot about him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember now.
So all you had to do was jog our memory. That was
Right.
it.
See?
Hey.
I'm happy to do it.
Thank you for writing things down. I've been
If-
really bad at keeping notes.
if it makes you feel better, if Cygnus had not been taking notes, I would have been more than kind enough to remind you.
Thank
We
you.
know. But there's a sense of pride attached to, remembering all of the lore.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's how you get through the Dark Souls community.
My brain is just filled with 14. I'm sorry. There's not a lot of room.
But you got the 14 more down pat. So.
Ah.
That is true. And when people fight me on it, it's the funniest shit because I come out with receipts.
There you go.
So, speaking to her now. We thank you for your hospitality, madam, and we don't mean to intrude upon the lands that you ward. We are here in an attempt to destroy or banish the cult that has taken up residence in the tower. We come from the lands down south and represent at least one of the kingdoms.
And you tell, who is the current monarch?
I'm looking.
I'm
That's a
looking
big list.
too.
To remember myself. History.
Scheiße.
There's the prince, but he's dead.
Yeah.
The princess was currently the one that was like kind of holding the throne.
Yeah, but
right?
there's a king
What's-
as well.
Yeah, what's their family
Wow,
name?
the fact that he was so in the background that we can't remember his name.
Well, he's shown up like a grand total of twice before we rescued the princess.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I can't
Not many
remember
people
what he
get
was
to
off
see the
doing.
king.
That's true. We barely saw him, and we can't even remember his name.
We could at very least use the family name.
Well, that's also what I'm trying to find. here.
Yeah. Damn it! Why isn't there a
King Loris Aethlin Virenheim II. Found him.
There we go.
Under
Where is it
Empyrean-
hiding? I'm looking under Kyonin right now.
He's under Empyrean Conclave.
Yes, I see him.
Oh, Empyrean Conclave. There he is. Yep. King Virenheim and the rest of them. I was trying to find the princess, but I don't see her anywhere.
She is in
I was trying to
Friends.
find her.
She's under Friends.
I was looking in Friends, but I didn't see her.
Princess Gwynestri Fargella.
There she is. There's just a lot of things to look through.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
So
why
yes,
Cygnus is
King
taking notes.
Virenheim II right now.
Yes. Well, at the moment, it is the Virenheims. The princess, Gwynestri Fargella Virenheim, currently sits the throne, but her father, King Loris Aethelin Virenheim II,
Holds the crown.
attends to matters of state.
Well, still him. Very good. Always interesting to hear of the outside world.
Well, if we can parlay any more knowledge for perhaps some knowledge of the surrounding terrain or the tower itself, we'd be happy to do so.
You seem intent on venturing into my old home. Well, you go to your deaths if that is the case. As warden, I can only suggest you turn and leave, but if you wish to march towards those deaths into my home like the others, you are free to do so. I will not stop you. It is not so much my guardianship as it is my responsibility all these years.
I believe I understand, but could you perhaps shine a light on why entering the tower is such certain death?
The tower is cursed. Not by anything so simple. In fact, if there was ever a word worse than curse, then the thesaurus of what is left of my mind, then I would use such a word. My family. I am the last surviving heir to my family, and
Oh.
it is my duty to see that the ending, that under the guidance of Linnaeus, I will see my duty to its end and remain here until the curse is no more. If it can be broken, and if that involves doing so by means of ending these interlopers who make their way into my home of Eld, then I invite you to do so.
Well, perhaps it would be to our benefit to know more about the curse. Is this something that was done by the Archmage, by his enemies?
I was not the magically inclined one of my family, but as for the how and the what, you may find something within the tower itself that may explain it better. But as for the basics, my sister was killed in that tower, and it was done under the wrath of war. My father, who betrayed mankind to join powers with a great king, monstrous king of some sort, and ascended into lichdom to achieve his lofty goals. After his failure, he escaped to a new home, one he forged himself within the rift, leaving me the only heir. This curse is the byproduct of one of my father's spells. The ancient power of this magic went awry, and that is how the curse was created. It manifests those who enter the tower. It manifests. The tower itself looks into the occupants' minds, takes the deepest guilt, regrets, sorrow, and despair, manifests it before them for all to see.
This entire time, Sorren has his arms crossed and he's just shaking his head back and forth, looking down at the ground as he's listening.
While she is speaking, I would like to roll Arcana again to see if there is any spell that I know of that could do something like this, and if so, whether there's any defense, I suppose.
Okay.
I was just
I might as well
head
also
empty.
roll. So,
Yeah, not
because
the
I have
fun-
Very
one
head
arcane
empty.
Whatever type of spell she is trying to describe is far and away beyond your understanding. You think
It's going to be one of those real high-level spells.
You think to Kanari, roll me history as you're pondering all this.
Yes. The gal who does know her history.
I've apparently been learning from you. I have knowledge history.
This is going to
17.
be okay. I like this. This is because Kanari. This is also that 17 is also kind of reflecting into knowledge you have gained in the past.
So that's me, actually, who rolled
Yes,
17.
that is you based on
okay.
things you have kind of learned from
I see.
Kanari.
You got a total of 17.
You got
I
a 17
rolled
on
a
the
17.
die. Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say that it's she starts trying to rack her brain. She says something, and then Sorren's like, "Oh yeah, you told me about this," and kind of explains it. So it's more like she's the one who knows it, but I'm like helping jog her memory because she's told me things.
So
Right,
this is
and-
all sort of. Go ahead, Cygnus. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, she's very focused on being the diplomat at the moment and trying not to get us all killed. So, help is appreciated.
Yes.
I'm doing my best to not understand because I'm not. I'm doing great at it.
To that end, despite the spooky side she has at her throne, she does not appear hostile.
She could be if she wanted to be.
That's my greater concern.
So, based on your two combined bits of history and reflecting on what you have learned in the past, with that little history you learned with Elias back in Amber Gulch,
Mm-hmm.
you remember that the patriarch of the Von Vaubre family was very much like he was essentially in the same realm as the wizard who took the name Morgala, wherein not just any wizard, but a creator of spells, a
Right.
He has
creator
spells
of
essentially named after him.
a creator of old spells, like high tier spells that even the most advanced spellcaster couldn't dream to imagine.
He made Fireball.
Almost makes me think that perhaps, like, an example could be maybe it's Von Vaubray's Finger of Death, perhaps. In our world, at least.
Right, that sort of, that level of spellcaster. And
I always liked to... Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
I was just going to add that something I guess we've all talked about in general is that the reason a lot of our spells don't have names attached to them is literally because the wizard who took the name Morgala, nobody can remember his name. So that's why, like, say, Fireball, he made Fireball, but we can't remember his name, so everybody just calls it Fireball.
Fireball wins again. Suck my dick, Indra.
Why Indra? What did he do to you?
If you remember, Indra, the man who became the god Indra, was part of that party that
right.
he was a part of.
One of the ones that were originally fighting Morgala before the wizard betrayed them all because he's a bastard. Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
Looks nervously at own party composition.
We don't have a wizard, though. Well,
you are.
Actually,
It's okay. It's okay. We have a gun this time.
We could just fucking shoot the wizard in the head.
They didn't have a gun last time. They now have a gun. Everything will be fine.
Bork, bork.
My logic is
Did
unassailable.
they have a dog?
Exactly.
There was a druid, I think.
Dog.
Yeah.
I'm
see
not a
she's gotten off
druid.
the
I'm a
throne.
ranger.
Anyways.
Yes. I see she's gotten off her throne. I'm assuming she has more words to say.
Well, where did we leave off? We memed a bit there.
She was talking about how the tower takes your greatest fear and...
Right.
Yes. And you had me roll history for that component.
Yes. Because she mentioned something went wrong with one of his ancient spells. And your history checks told you that that the patriarch of the family was a maker of spells. So perhaps it's one of his that went awry.
Right, one of the legendary makers of spells of all the various kinds we have. So,
and
if we were to name, I don't know if I've ever put them up in the lore channel. I'll have to put some of the other names that are supposed to be out there as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just me on the side. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is the same individual as the quote-unquote Archmage von Vobray.
It is the Archmage von Vobray.
Yes.
That's
She
what I'm
called
asking.
him, and yep.
And she said he was her father. So she's been around for a while.
If he's a lich, then being lich adjacent kind of helps with that.
Well, madam, this would have been thousands of years ago. Do you mind if I ask how it is that... Are you tied to the land? Are you tied to the tower? How is it that you are speaking to us now?
Yes, after a fashion, I am. And she pulls part of her cloak aside. I am not proud of the choices I have made to stay around for as long as I have. But in order to see to my responsibility and stay with my home and seeing before its curse ends, She pulls her cloak to the side to reveal something over her breast. I am not proud of it, but I feel the ends justify the means.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a titty.
Wait a second.
Thank you, Kai.
Hold the phone.
I just hear that she
Almost like
removes the
it's-
cloak from her breast, and I'm like, okay. And then Ruby,
That's
and I'm
not-
like, oh, that's not a titty.
It appears to have some sort of casing ingrained into where this gem is engraved into, and it is not where her heart would be, but it appears to be over where her heart would be, like on the surface of the body.
Mhm.
Well, that does help to explain some things. I suspect you already know that the cult is looking out for those rubies. Do you have any idea why they came to the tower? That seems to be the big question mark hanging over this whole affair. We've tracked them here. We know their goals are to, in some way, resurrect some part of the Oni kingdoms of old. We know they need the rubies for it, but we don't know why they're here.
The Gnolls, one of them like you who came through recently. He made mention of some who came this way, as did another stranger who is now in town. There were two in particular who... There were two among their numbers who appeared to be leading them, as it were. One was a cloaked man wearing a mask. The other, he too wore a cloak, but his face was tired, alone. By his motions showed tells of desperation. Whatever they seek there, it may be for another one of my father's spells that lay dormant.
It makes a certain amount of sense.
Mhm.
And they would require the rubies likely to empower this spell, whatever it may be.
Well, that does certainly fit with the plan that we've been exposed to thus far, the resurrection of one or another of the kings.
Oh, one of the old kings.
Yes.
I hear they're not around any longer.
No, the only thing that is left of the Oni kingdoms, as we are to understand it, is whatever is contained in these gems.
The peoples of old, yes.
Yes.
I remember that Ashworth brat. Such arrogance. The solution he sought. Child's play. Though he did discover that the kings themselves were far too powerful to be merely sealed within a stone itself.
What became of them, then?
Well, there was a way to yet do it, but these kings, they wore their own magical masks, and each one was affiliated with their own personal kingdoms and tribes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The only way to truly seal them away was to split their soul between Ruby and Mask. I can't say what happened to the Fire King's one. But as for the Earth Lord, well, I wear this one as a symbol of pride.
Tap, tap.
Huh?
Her getting in Ruby is the Earth King.
Yep. And we know he was associated with undeath, so that makes way too much sense.
It does.
Okay.
But, hey.
A symbol of pride, I should say, be like, yes, this one slumbers, and I am glad that he will, and I will guarantee he fucking stays that way.
Yep.
And if the cult should complete their ritual and raise the Earth King, what becomes of you?
I suppose that's where your venture comes into play, yes?
That is the hope.
I would imagine that there is no reviving any king without his respective gem. Can't be done without a soul, without a... I may not be magically inclined, but even I know that a soul cannot truly be reformed unless brought to whole once again.
And I assume, madam, from your many years of service here and the fine weapon behind you, that you are more than capable of defending your person and your charge from any cultists that might try to come and steal Nimaguma from you?
The stories I could tell you of the blood, the 1,000 years of blood I have cleaned from my blade.
Metal.
Yeah. Just see kind of the fur rise on the back of Kanari's neck, but she's not saying anything.
And of course, she makes that to sound threatening, but you kind of get she says it with the impression that even though she seems like a badass grandma now, you're like, I wonder what she was like when she was young. Holy shit.
I hear ya. Okay, well, if those are the stakes, then perhaps we had best away to the tower as quickly as we can. Is there any... Beyond what you've told us about the curse, is there anything we should know about gaining entry or things to watch out for in the halls?
Of course. You won't be able to get in through the front door, as there is a seal that I placed on the interior as a means to keep those from going in so easily. But there is a means to get in through a secret entrance in the graveyard. And I am glad to tell you that, fortunately, there appears to be a wizard in town who may be able to effectively crack the formula to allow you in.
Well, our group has some knowledge of the magic arts. Is there a reason that this wizard would be able to do it where we would not?
Yes. Rather, you could crack it alone, but doing so would probably alert your presence to their numbers. This wizard has some sort of connection to one of their leaders, and he could do so without alerting your presence. He is currently made home in the old abandoned church on the north side of town.
Very well. We should go and speak with him then. Are there... The Gnoll that you mentioned met us on the way into town. He mentioned that there were certain rules for civil conduct within your domain. Are there any others that we should be aware of beyond the usual rules of hospitality?
These lands are cursed enough. I only pray that you do not add to such circumstances.
Our only wish is to lift the curses around here. And stop others from abusing them.
Yes. Perhaps then I can finally have my rest.
Nod. I suppose I mean specifically, is there anything that you would like us not to disturb within the tower, since it is your home?
You seem to carry yourselves well. And you seem to mean well. I don't get the impression I will have much to fear.
Then we shan't take up any more of your time. Thank you for the information that you've been able to give us, and hopefully the next time we meet it will be as the returning heroes of the day.
A day that I have looked forward to for a very long time. She says that with roll me sense motive.
$26.
You get the impression that, between the two of you, you get the impression that this is not the first time she has heard words like these.
Well, if it's been 1,000 years, probably.
As though she's been hearing such promises for a very long time.
Yep. Well, I suppose that's as much as we're going to get out of her, unless anybody else has specific questions they'd like to ask.
I think you handle just about everything at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And boof. Bork form.
She answered what she could, being not magically inclined.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Seems
Oh,
that
that
she's
brings-
more of an anchor point to kind of keep it from spreading rather than anything else. So.
Yeah. So that then begs the question of what is her class if she's not magically inclined?
She's a raper.
So, is it fighter?
She's a
Yeah.
Just just like a level 20 fighter or something.
Maybe
mythic
she
level,
has transcended levels.
Oh my god.
It's an epic level character.
Yeah. Mythic ranks.
Oh dear.
Yeah, NPC no stats.
There's only one character that's ever been like that, and that is the Lady of Pain. Nobody fucks with the Lady of Pain.
Oh, how I miss Planescape. That was a good setting.
Lady of Pain? Wow.
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing. I will say, I've got a sheet for her, but at the same time, it's one of those situations where, like, she's also, kind of retired. So,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
It'll be a bad day when you have to break out the sheet, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not playing that game.
So let's make our exit here, and I suppose either... Well, we wanted to hit both Jopri and the Wizard. We're still pretty early in the day, right? So...
As far as you can tell, even though it looks like night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and make our exit into a quick pee break, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tea break time. All right.
Charge time.
We will be right back. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a good pee break. I know I
Did you
Only
hydrate?
if you did.
I did rehydrate.
Oh my god. I made myself a cup of tea.
It's a Christmas miracle.
I know.
There is one thing I'd like to add to the previous conversation, where she said that the front entrance to the tower was sealed from within. She said she would have also said if you could make your way within the foyer to the what seals it, you may be able to dispel it.
Mm.
Did he get super quiet for anyone else?
Probably because I leaned back in my chair.
Yeah, that would do it.
Mm.
So I caught about 2/3 of that, which was if you go to the front door.
If you make it to the foyer to where the sealing thing is, or to where the seal is, you may be able to dispel it.
I
Ooh.
see. Okay, so we could, that's the end of the Skyrim dungeon. Once we've looped around through the convenient architecture and made our way back to the entrance, we can get out that way.
Mhm.
Rather, so you can, in case you need to exit it before going, so you don't have to go through the fucking graveyard again.
I see.
There's always a back entrance that you can only exit from because
There's
there's a
al-
switch somewhere.
There's always a back entrance, the front entrance.
Correct.
It's always the fucking, you sit there, you come out the dungeon, and you drop 10 feet, and you look at it, and you're like, I couldn't climb that, really?
Yeah.
Leave the whole dungeon and just go straight after the boss?
Yeah.
I'm the fucking Dragonborn, goddammit. I can climb a fucking little...
No, you can't.
Climb
Not
a
without
wall.
horse.
Can I
You've
just
seen?
Can I just Foos Roda the ground and launch myself up to the ceiling?
You just need a horse. Those things can literally climb anything.
In the Skyrim dungeons, have you seen all of those holes in the roof for all the ambient lighting? Where the fuck were those on the surface? Can't I go through one of those?
Nah. That's a cliff you can't climb because there's an invisible wall.
Mm.
Now, are these Skyrim dungeons or are they Heroes of Might and Magic 3 dungeons?
I couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've never played Hom.
Hom.
I've heard good things about Heroes of Might and Magic, to be fair, but I've never
very
actually
good.
played it.
It's very good.
I hear good things. Maybe I should check it out one of these times.
All right, where are y'all off to next?
I suppose the...
To Jolpri to see if we
Jolpri?
can trade anything, and then off to the tower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Party is unusually quiet and somber because
Yeah.
of the place, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
And-
tired, IRL.
Anri seemed to be keeping a chipper mood, but now that one seemed to get destroyed, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was an additional something in case you forgot.
Yeah, the
There was-
wizard.
The wizard as well, we need to go find to help us get in without being, I guess, detected by somebody.
Right. Presumably the cult, but possibly other things as well. Do we
Yeah,
want
something like
to-
that.
Do we want to hit both of those at once to take up the least amount of time, or do we want to hit Jolpri first and then wizard?
Sorren would rather not split the party.
Fair enough.
Let's hit. I would say just hit Jolpri first. That means we can deal with any equipment, and then we can just go to the wizard and go straight from there. So,
Also, thank you, Guti, for giving us a merchant at the entrance to the dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's got a little trading wagon for whatever minor things you need to spruce up. So
Right. Speaking of which, what have we done with our horse? Did we shove her under the tent as well last night?
just hanging out.
Yeah.
I was just outside the tent, just having a good old time.
I guess.
Doing
I mean, the
horse
heat
things.
stone would still emanate out to around that area too. So,
Fair enough.
wouldn't be
Chilling,
cold.
having a time.
well,
We probably have her with us as well in the cart and everything. So,
yeah. Well,
I guess
Jolpri
the cart. I guess the cart and the horse were behind us when we got trapped in the cage. So,
As long as we don't put the cart before the horse, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Well, Jolpry has wares if you have coin, everybody.
Hey.
Sweet.
Oh.
Do I have coin?
My guess is he's not necessarily buying. He's probably not loaded, so we can't sell off all the goods that we've got unless he's got something really nice to trade for him.
Yeah, exactly. We could Fallout trade.
That's true.
Barter.
Pardon me. Oh my god.
If he happens to have anything nice, can we ask him if he has anything nice? Because we could tell him we have lots of nice things in the bag if he's interested.
I mean, like what kind of nice things were you looking to sell?
Well, there's a couple of masterwork items in here. There's a silver candelabra with a holy symbol. Apparently, I don't know which holy symbol it was, but we have a candelabra. Several gems, some potions, a masterwork breastplate, a masterwork greatsword, masterwork long spear, short bow, sickle, magic full plate, a cloak of resistance. Because I guess everybody is already wearing cloaks, so we didn't hand that out to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the nice things that we might have. If he's a druid, he's probably not interested in the metal stuff, but you know.
Not really, but here's the thing. He also makes round. He's also said that he was going to make rounds between Lenyara and a particular Fenrijan tribe up in the forest to the ways west of here. So between those two civilizations, shall we say, he'll be able to probably make some. He'll be able to like buy and.
He could
trade
sell them
them.
to somebody who would be interested in it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what would he have that he would be willing to offer in turn for any of that stuff? +1 greatsword too, not just a masterwork one. We have the +1 greatsword. We also have the unholy symbol of Skolas, apparently, still with us. So
Yeah.
I don't think he'd want to touch that one.
that's fair.
Could sell it to
We'll
an
probably
atheist.
end up melting it down at some point. So.
Could sell it to an atheist. Or use it as use it in
We can use it later to
Kanari's
sneak in and then
magical
kill all of
item
them.
crafting as part of like the wealth cost.
Is that?
We're going to want to.
I didn't realize that was an option.
You could. Yeah.
If we melt it down, I guess.
Yeah. As if we use it as part of the crafting process, yeah.
Well, sure. If that's if it is perfectly
Allowable.
liquid that way, yes.
It's like think about it like using gems as part of the crafting cost. You're able to do that.
I see. Okay. So yeah, if you want to hand that off, I'm happy to keep an eye on it until we use it.
It's in my backpack, so.
Okay. Well, now it's in mine.
So, unless anybody has any other small items to pick up, because I'm still covered in fucking. Let's take a look here. We have the oils of blessed weapon, potions of lesser restoration, remove curse, a lot of holy water, lots of ambrosia, some liquid ice and things. I'm full of things. So
I
if
still
anybody
have
else has
things.
anything, yeah, we might not need anything because we kind of picked a lot up before we got here. So
Yeah.
I forgot I
Sure.
was still holding things.
I think the biggest thing just to see is if he has anything that he would like to trade for magical items of some kind. If he's got anything nice that
still
we might want to
have-
trade.
Agreed.
I still have a Minotaur femur. I have all of Anri's things. I have +2 hide armor just chilling in my inventory, a +2 great axe, and a masterwork hand axe in my inventory. I'm not using them. They're just they're with me.
He probably has a good number of probably like lower leveled scrolls of some druid spells. And let's see what
I
this
could
is.
use magic device those.
So
Well,
if
I
anyone
can-
needs +2 hide armor, I have them in my inventory.
You could also as well use it probably. There's probably some of them you
Oh
could
no, I
even
have
use.
better on.
Yes.
Let's see
So
what
for
this
the
is.
magic side of things, here's what I have, and I think haste is probably the big one on that list.
Fasty pants?
Does he
On
have
Fancy
scrolls
Pants.
of haste?
Let me see if that's on the druid spell list.
I don't think it's on the druid spell list, no. It is not on the druid list, no.
Yeah, it is not, so he probably would not have haste.
So he specifically just has some druid scrolls. All right.
Well, let me...
I guess he writes them up and he sells them to people, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depending on what his exact inventory is, then we could probably... It would not be a bad thing to have more lesser restoration, and remove curse, and remove disease. So,
yeah.
all of the cleanses.
Yes.
Okay, so based on this roll, on the few rolls that I made here... Oh wow, that's actually kind of neat. He does have one magic item on him. He has a robe of useful items.
Oh,
Ooh.
Go ahead and pop that in.
Character who dons this battered robe notes that its patches rearranged into the shapes of various helpful but mundane items. Only the wearer of the robe can see these patches, recognize them for the items they become, and detach them. One patch can be detached each round. Detaching a patch causes it to become an actual item, as indicated below. It always has 2 of each of the following patches: a dagger, bullseye lantern full and lit, a mirror, a highly polished 2-foot by 4-foot steel mirror, a pole, a 10-foot pole, 50 feet of hempen rope or sacks. In addition, it has several other patches. Roll 4d4 for the number of other patches, then roll for each patch on the table below to determine what is in the patch.
hell yeah.
Wow.
It can come with a whole bunch of things. Apparently, a patch can have a mule with saddlebags.
Hell yeah.
It can also have dogs.
Or dogs.
Yeah, just... Hey guys, hold on. Whoop, whoop. There we go, we got a dog now.
We can also have a window. Just a literal window. 2 feet by 4 feet.
This is a very interesting
And a
thing.
rowboat.
This is a very interesting thing that the die rolled for me to show on the list.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to trade for a robe of useful items?
Well, let's hear what else he's got first before we blow all of our tradable items on it.
Fair.
He does not seem to have much of the way of like potions and the like, but in terms of like either druid spell scrolls or other such similar kind of reagents for the traveling nature person. So
a lot of the some low-level spell scrolls and mundane items otherwise. So.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind grabbing a scroll or 2 of Entangle.
Okay.
To sit there and use as a possible thing.
Okay.
Fucking Entangle is a very useful spell. I just forget how much fucking scrolls cost. And then it's up to you guys if somebody wants the robe of useful items. So. I'm sure we could trade the Masterwork full plate would probably be the closest thing in price to it if we were able to barter that off.
Yeah. For my part, Sorren, I'm going to say if you want to take the cloak, I think you're probably the best position to use it.
The robe?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I say? Did I say cloak?
Yeah.
Same difference. Close enough.
Yeah. Be Jedi.
Be Jedi. Wear robe.
Yes.
Let me double check what I'm actually wearing currently. I don't think I have a body magic item.
But beyond that, I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm looking through the spell list to see if there's anything that I can use.
So I'm
Which
going
we
to
will take
steal
note
a
of
pair
of
of...
that.
I'll spend 50 gold. There we go. And I'm going to grab 2 scrolls of
Okay.
We can trade if he's willing. We could probably trade the hide armor I have for that robe. It is +2.
It is +2.
You could
Oh,
probably
Would you be
trade
willing to
that for
trade a
the robe.
+2 hide armor for the robe of
The
useful
robe.
things?
Oh yeah, and hide armor isn't metal. He can wear it.
It isn't. That seems pretty decent trade, in my opinion.
Go ahead and roll me a diplomacy.
Oh no, work diplomacy.
Well, whoever's trying to sell the hide armor, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the hide armor by itself, with a +2 hide,
Does someone
is
else want to try?
4,350 or 4,165 gold pieces.
Robes are 7,000, so we could see. I can make a diplomacy check off since I'd be the one who'd be wearing the robe. So
Yeah. I will try to assist you. I do not assist you.
not
I
cute
have
enough, I
puppy
guess.
dog eyes. Yeah, that's all I got.
Just because there is still a little bit of a disparity. Okay. I think he'd be willing to do that. You guys are on good terms, after all.
Sweet. Trade that for
Plus augmented
Me?
hide armor, that you don't see that often.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and he can wear it. So
Yep.
yeah, and that's 25 weight off of me. I can carry more things.
Hey, there you go.
Yay!
As if I already can't. My light load is a 1,213.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Mine
My
is
light load.
mine is 77.
those
I'm a dex
Those
build. What can I
ant-haul-
say?
Yeah,
those
we got the
fucking
mule
ant-haul
back cord,
shoulders, the mule
Yeah,
back
the
cords we
mule
got
back
for you are
cords.
paying off.
Oh,
and I'm a
yeah.
quadruped, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another
and I
1.5
have high
times.
strength, and it just goes. It just goes
Yeah.
up. I
Yeah.
can. My drag and push is 18,190.
And if you wanted to double it, you could just permanently be large.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it
I can
rolls,
push
it's
a
even
mountain.
easier.
Yep.
You could push it without having wheels. That's how much you could push without wheels. If you put wheels on it, you could push more. You could push
The
a whole
only-
ass fucking car by yourself.
I'm pretty sure the only thing that I could not open door-wise is one magically sealed. And even still, I'll think about it.
So it does say the wearer of the robe can see the patches, does recognize them for what they are, and can detach them. So would you like me to go ahead and roll for how many additional patches there are and what each patch is? Because I should know what they are when I put it on.
Since
I can do it for you real quick.
I gotta say, since you bought the robe, go ahead and make the rolls.
Sure. All right, so we'll roll 4d4 for the number of additional patches.
5.
Wow.
Well,
Only
Attempt
5.
was made.
all right. Well, let's see the 5D 100s. Let's see what we get.
See
All
what
ro-
additional patches it has.
All the rowboats.
Okay. All rowboats. Hey man, you never know. We could take that shit. I could just drop it and it'd turn into a rowboat and fall on somebody's head. Maybe that'll work.
All right. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna have
88.
to.
That is.
So give me a second
you get-
to start making a spot for the robes.
Yeah.
Robe patches.
You got war
Okay.
dogs. You got
So a war dog. So war dogs.
an iron door.
Iron door.
An open pit, 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot.
I can just
We
make a
got
pit.
pit!
All right, cool.
You got
We
pit,
pits.
baby! And you do, in fact, get the mule with saddlebags
Oh my god!
Oh.
and a wooden ladder, 24 feet long.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That's a
You know,
tall
I
ladder.
think we kind of won this.
That ladder is 8 meters high, potentially.
I wonder if the tower
ass
has
ladder.
any windows.
We could just go in the window.
Only we could summon a window. We didn't win that one.
Oh shit!
Okay, so
So-
I'm doing my spell research here. Something I could potentially grab, if this is something you guys could get good use out of, is a couple of scrolls of iron skin.
Gives DR, doesn't it?
No, it's +4 enhancement bonus to your existing natural armor.
Yes!
To existing natural.
Ooh.
on
Which means
my
that it
existing.
stacks with a
It
natural
stacks
armor
with
bonus of any
mine.
kind.
Yes.
It should stack with mine too.
Yeah, if you do
That
not have a
works
natural
for
armor
me.
bonus, you are considered to have an effective natural armor bonus of +0.
So it
I
works
have
on
a
anybody.
natural.
Yeah.
I have +2 natural armor, so it would stack with my natural armor.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so would anyone be willing to chip in for these?
How
Yes.
much is it?
It's
Those are-
150 a pop.
150 a pop. I
Let me
can. I have 722 gold on me.
Yes.
I can trade some of my gems if he wants.
I will give you 15 platinum pieces for this.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Um,
that's
150 gold? Yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh.
There you go.
I'll toss in for 2. So you get 300 from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tossing in for 2 myself, so that's 5 so far.
We got 5 scrolls of iron hide. That sounds like
No,
a pretty
that-
decent number.
That sounds like a good spell to have,
Yeah.
especially
one-
with like
if it's-
G and me.
And if it's on your spell list, then you can write it into your book.
Is it on your spell list, Cygnus?
I can cast it from a scroll without using UMD.
I see.
Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
I can drop a 150 for another if you want.
Sure, if you'd like. I'll
Sure, go
make
ahead.
it 6.
Contribute.
Yeah, it is only minutes per level though, so we'll need to use them tactically.
Yes, but it sounds like something very useful during boss fights.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, a couple of other good ones that are showing up. Kai, this one might be useful for you.
well.
Lockjaw. You give a creature the ability to use one of its natural attacks to firmly attach itself to an opponent. Choose one of the creature's natural attacks. Creature gains the grab ability with that attack, including a +4 on combat maneuver checks.
Not only am I tripping you, I am also grappling you at the
I
same
am
time.
on
Same
you.
attack.
You will not remove me. Yes, please. How much? I will donate.
It's same deal. It's 150 per.
Per charge.
I'll go for 2.
Okay.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Druids have
You will
some nice
not
spells.
release me.
They really do.
They are
yeah,
one
especially
of. They are
es-
a. I think they're considered one of the most powerful.
Yep,
They
they are-
They, got,
they are
got
9th level
nerfed
spellcasters.
pretty heavily. They got nerfed very heavily in Pathfinder, but
They did.
they are still one of the more powerful casters.
Yep.
Yeah, because they used to, instead of the way that polymorph works now, where it's like, oh, I get +2 to strength. No, I have the strength of a bear when I turn into a bear. So, used to be that way.
Yeah. So,
Now I just turn into a skinny bear.
Yep.
Damn
Yep.
shame.
Though, regardless of the nerf, they are still 9th tier spellcaster,
Very.
which puts them in
Yeah.
at least A tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of, power scaling.
Guys, the spell Mud Buddy. We can make a little mud minion that can blind people.
You mean no? Why don't I tell you what, guys? Why don't we summon a mud minion and then we put it on a pirate ship bound for the Red Isles?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I cannot. I would need UMD for that one, but
That's fair.
I
I was
see.
just being silly mostly. 'Cause I noticed it.
Can you do 2nd level spells?
Me? No, but I can UMD 2nd level spells.
Okay, well it's on.
I
the
can still
Sorcerer
use Magic
Wizard.
Device. So.
Yeah, it's on the Sorcerer Wizard spell list, so I figured.
Oh, is it? So I can make a Mud Buddy.
Yes, you could.
Very quick, guys. I need to go do my job. So, do you mind if I just quickly dip for like 10 minutes?
Nope.
It's okay. If
That's
we
no-
get
no
gun
worries.
That's
spells,
fine, you're
we'll
being
let you
quiet.
know.
Cool. If you see anything gun related, just say. I'll be right back.
I don't
I-
think that a druid would have gun spells, but we'll let you know.
Haven't seen any of that, but okay. I did see something for Shizuki, so let me check that too real quick. Okay, Bone Fists. Is that something that you would get use out of? Or is that going to get in the way of your Cestus? Castus, whatever the hell it is.
No, they're just gauntlets. +1 bonus to natural armor and +2 on damage rolls with natural weapons and treated attacking armor spikes. Ooh. 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 That's
It does depend on
Yeah.
whether or not your unarmed strikes count as natural weapons, which I forget if they do or not.
They do.
I think it depends on the person. I think they can count as Oh, that's right. I think they are natural weapons,
Yeah.
but they're treated as both manufactured and natural for monks and brawlers.
Yep.
So
And the +1 bonus to natural armor is not an enhancement bonus. It is a so it will stack
just a
with my
+1
amulet.
bonus.
Yeah. So it'll stack with my
and it will
amulet.
stack with Iron Skin.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Combos, baby, combos.
Yeah, how much would this be?
Again, same deal, 150 per.
150. So that's going to be 9 platinum pieces and 60 gold pieces.
Okay. I will
And that
chip
leaves
in
me
for
at
another
2, so I can't buy another one.
one. Totally fair. I've been
Jolfrey's going to
saving
be
my
walking
money.
out a richer man today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but we will be very well prepared. for it,
Prepared.
'cause
Indeed.
we're helping out a friend.
And
he's
that
helping
friend is
us.
helping us.
Yes. So I
Yes.
have 2 charges of that now as well. And
Perfect.
actually, if you want, this is something that I can potentially add to my repertoire of regularly cast spells. So if you find that it is useful to you, we can do that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just reading it, I am requesting yes, please. Scribe scroll.
Understood.
Summon Hippocampi to serve as aquatic mounts.
Sweats.
Somebody
Oh
has
God,
to
not
play a
Hippocampus.
druid one of these times.
You know,
Somebody
it's
has
something
to play a
I've,
druid one of these.
yeah.
Hey, Goody.
I've considered doing it for another campaign.
Hey, goody.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Kai.
RPS Karma. Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
Fine,
Toogie Loogie.
am I 12 or 24?
Whip of spiders. Create a whip of poisonous spiders.
You
I
are
thought about-
swear 3. Go.
Fuck. I almost got that for Zane, by the way, but it didn't really seem to fit him thematically.
The whip of poisonous spiders. Yeah, that's fair.
We can give you can give Jerry 2 levels or 3 levels of, let's see, just wizard.
3 levels of wizard.
Yeah,
And
3
he can make
levels
a whip
wizard.
of spiders.
Yeah.
I
He might be
actually
a
met
wizard.
someone, Goody, who says that they greatly enjoyed that fight and it didn't put them to sleep. I don't get them.
It was just a fun fight though, but it was kind of after a
Kind
while.
of mad. Yeah.
It's kind of mid, bro.
It's kind of mid, bro.
Kinda mad. They're like, oh, it's my favorite fight of last year. I would just go run it for fun. And I'm like, well, there are some people out there that are just absolutely insane.
Mm.
There are 2 types of people.
Anyways, want to run some
Also-
P3S synced with me?
Also, adding to what Solar said earlier about Mud Buddy, can't do that with Mud Buddy, but you can do it with Gate or Calling to
you just
summon a
call
Mud
one.
Lord. Just call a Mud Lord, send it off on a ship to the Isles.
Tell it to make a home there somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that would haunt like 5 of us.
it would.
I can't think of much more that I would be looking for anyways at the moment. I think I'm good. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stocked up on cleanses, on healing. I figure I'm just going to be backbenching this one and just being the dedicated healer because I suspect we're just going to get boned.
Well, I'm also
We're gonna
full of
get-
potions and shit too. So
Excellent turn of phrase.
yeah.
boned.
Anyway,
Fortunately, I have things for that.
hey,
Preparation H.
all right. All right. I think the last thing then, if we've purchased all the things we've wanted, was to chat with that
Go
wizard.
see the
Okay.
All right.
For this, I say we just hang out till Solar gets back because I have a little something special that I prepared for this.
Ooh. Okay.
When you say that, I get nervous.
Well, when I say that, I mean I composed something for this.
Oh.
Well, I will take advantage of that to charge my headset a few more.
Okay.
I will take advantage of that to cuddle my kitty. Hello, hey, baby.
Aw. That's cute.
Yes.
She's on the bed next. Hello.
I have to close the door whenever I'm streaming because she'll come in here and she will meow and she will get behind my computer to try to get my attention.
Good.
Oh no.
And I do not need that. I do not need that stress in my life right now.
Yes, you do. I guess says you do. What you doing, little chong? Yeah, I guess is locked in here with me because she's on a diet. So we have to lock her in here and feed her in here while Labras eats.
Right.
So you're stuck in here, Chonky. Because you're fat.
I need to get Ebony to draw something. I'll post it in chat.
Okay, DC 20. Chaotic, what is your UMD?
You able to hear me?
I can.
Okay, mine is plus 15.
Okay, mine's only plus 11, so if there's anything that you want off of that list that I posted in chat, that you would be able to use with UMD, just say the word and I'm happy to hand it over now.
Okay.
Like,
Let
I'm
me
thinking
see.
haste, haste is not on my spell list.
The wands, okay. It is on mine. That means I don't even have to. Well, I might still have to use UMD if it's beyond what I can cast. I'm not entirely sure on that though. I think if it's just on my spell list, I can just use it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says under UMD. Normally, to use wand, you must have the one spell on your class spell list.
And that's all it says.
That's all it says.
You don't have to know it per se. It just has to be on your class spell list.
Okay.
Yep.
So
It says spell trigger version. Let me see. Spell trigger items can be used by anyone whose class can cast the corresponding spell. This is the case even for a character who can't actually cast spells, such as a 3rd level paladin. So yeah,
that's that.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I think I can also. I think I don't know about if glitter dust is on your list there. So
Glitter Dust is not. Neither is Reduce Person. Let me check Summon Monster, because it should be. Summon Monster is, and Expeditious Retreat.
I know Expeditious Retreat is on the wizard spell list.
Yeah.
So
All right. Looks like Solar's back.
Yeah.
All right.
It's time.
We all here.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, did I miss anything?
no,
Not
we
necessarily.
stopped.
We just purchased
Apparently.
things.
Cool. Any
I'll
of them
take
done
the
looking?
wand of haste and glitter dust off of you then, because although haste it's a 3rd level spell, right? So I could hit 3 people at a time with it. So that's not a half bad use of it. You know. All right.
Right. Okay, so I will take those off my list. Remember, they have 50 charges each. And yeah, I'll keep custody of the rest.
All right. Kai, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Glitter dust is basically the wizard version of fairy fire.
Yep.
Which
The
was a spell I
casters
was
were
picking at, but since you have the wand of glitter dust, you don't have to worry about that.
All right. So with all those things sorted, you make your way towards the church, and as you get towards just outside, you hear the sound of an organ being played. A little bit dilapidated in its sound.
They should really tune that.
As you make your way inside, see a hooded figure at the far end who was playing it And please excuse the quality of this. Who the fuck decided to leave? I'll destroy them.
My brain said, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally when you said please excuse. I was like,
Same.
Okay, okay I'm not alone.
I was going to say, please excuse the quality of this, because it was made several years ago, and I am not a composer by nature.
Ooh. That... What is that? First off, bravo. Bravissimo.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously, you said you composed
Second.
that yourself?
Not a composer, my ass.
It's based off something I heard when I was younger, but it's
Second.
Anyway.
Yeah. Second, I got like Dancing Mad vibes from that.
Yeah.
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 Well, it was not based off of that. I can
Right.
sure.
Yes. I figured it wasn't, or you would have
Da,
mentioned
da, 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 da,
I suppose.
da. Yeah,
Oh.
that's fucking awesome, though. Good job, man.
Thank you, appreciate that. After
Cutie.
in the silence, in the pregnant silence of the church halls, after that's said, the voice at the end says, "Something I found here. Very old music. I don't know what it means, but must have been important to someone, right? Anyway,
disappears.
anyway." He says, Anyway, how you nerds doing?
I was about to
Whoa,
say,
what the- Whoa, what the
I know
fuck?
his voice. I always knew he would be the final boss. What?
We're gonna stab him.
No.
I'm putting an end to this once and for all, Jerry.
Oh, God.
Jerry?
Yeah, man. Thought I saw you from the tower when you made your way into town. How the hell are you guys doing?
Like, actually, though, like, this isn't... I'm going to roll to disbelieve the illusion, please.
Started something.
Just like
gotta
Sorren
watch my back now.
just takes a second to like rub his eyes just to.
Probably not, but still.
As far as you know, it's Jerry.
As far as you know, it's me.
How'd you know I made
But
the
I
roll?
could not know. No.
Jerry, how'd you know I made the roll?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Anyway, what the hell are you doing all the way out here? What?
Oh, well, it's a long story. Come on in, I'll tell you. The lady of the place was actually nice enough to let me set up shop and, stay here a bit after everything that happened.
Everything that happened.
Yeah, come on up. I got my lab set up and everything.
She was nice enough?
Oh, yeah. Nicest person out of everybody I came to out of everybody I've come to since I've come up in this valley area.
Well, given the company this valley seems to keep, I don't blame him.
Let me see here. He opens the door and is like, oh, right. Still the wrong room. He taps the side of the door frame that, and some runes on the outside of the door begin to glow. And the room changes. There we go. Come on in, have a seat. Tell you all about it.
I mean, at this point, I expect absolutely no less.
That's why we're friends,
Almost.
Jack. I mean, Sorren.
It's good either way, my man.
Boof, boof.
So, it's been quite a story.
I'm gonna sit on
So,
this weird couch.
After visiting my mom, which you guys now know as visiting my mom's grave, I was on my way up here because I caught wind from one of my contacts, wind of the cultists in this area, and wanted to see if I could do something about it. Since you guys were all gung ho last time we ran into each other. If not, I was just gonna sell some medicine and reagents and potions to the nice lady at Linyara. Legal stuff, Linnell, by the way. I know that look.
She's already making a beeline for the potion bench.
Anyway, then I got beat up and chained up by the cultists on my way, but lucky for me, I wore my going to jail shirt just in case something went wrong, which it did. He gestures to the shirt, the going to jail shirt that he is wearing, which he is currently.
It's a graphic tee that says going to jail.
Actually, no, it says world's greatest grandpa. And he shows you, Sorren, in the T, in the word, the last T in the word greatest. He peels away the fabric of the word T, of the letter T, and in it is a T-shaped sort of tool for like a little thieves' tool.
Hey,
like lock breaking and stuff.
That is almost like these robes we just bought off of Kanari's old friend Yolpri.
Oh, the Gnoll guy? Oh yeah, always gotta be prepared. So I escaped my cuffs and I hightailed it here. I got chased by 2 cultists on the way. Then we got chased by some big spooky flying stingray thing. So I drank a potion and shrank down to hide between some rocks, but the other guys were stupid and didn't, so they got swallowed whole. Anyway, finally got to town, popped some painkillers, but that was a lot of spiders. So I helped some of my holy smokes to avoid seeing the spiders and escape to the fun land. Talked to my giant talking crow friend who calls me Narr'tor.
What?
Yeah. Weird enough. I also saw this creepy Cullen mask dude in this trip as well, so I waved hi and I kind of just woke up. Had a few shots of wake-up whiskey, and bam! Here I am.
Sounds like quite the tale.
My fucking god.
Yeah, damn.
Any
All right.
pirates?
Okay, then. You had quite the trip to get up here, I guess. Shit.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of
think ours
sucks.
was anywhere near as eventful. We did see one of those stingrays you were talking about, though, but it left us all well enough alone.
Yeah, that thing had a freaky shriek, had me running even faster.
I can only imagine. In fact, I don't even think I want to.
Well, I, in the meantime, I decided to, I didn't know what was going to happen next or how I was going to handle anything with, cult people, but, I did have, he, takes a cigarette out of his mouth and points it to that, that little potion corner that Kanari is by. And he's like, so let me tell you, I have been carrying around my old professor, Professor Malpractice. I've been carrying around this old puzzle he had for me and for part of my final exam, and the guy was so cool. I was his top student, and I have been trying to figure out this one sort of thing he gave me for the longest time. And he said, if you can brew it just right, and it can make for a really good, like, temporary enhancement for yourself. And I've been kind of stuck on it. And I know I did the last time I did. I got it wrong because I got a beard full of feathers. So, since you guys are here, and in case you're looking to do something about the cultists yourself, which, I mean, I don't know why else you guys come all the way out into this Nowheresville. Welcome to give it a shot yourself and chill here and rest up until you gotta go wherever you gotta go.
That's the plan.
Well, actually, we were pointed this way by the lady in the tower, because she said you'd actually be able to help us get into said tower. That you had some method of making sure we weren't going to be noticed on the way in.
Ah, the lock breaking. Yeah, if you give me the night to work on the counter spell I need for that, I'd be happy to break the lock for you.
I
Perfect.
think that would be very well appreciated. Thank you. And anything else you were willing to offer to help for dealing with whatever it is we're going to end up finding in there.
Well, I got some potions. I got a few potions and little oils and stuff that I know, and other things that I know that you yourself are a fan of. And if you can
Got
make
a whole
use,
fucking sash full of them right now. So,
and if you can make use out of that a little situation over in the corner, you're welcome to give it a try. You left a little note for it too, for part of the puzzle, exam, whatever he wanted to call it.
oh, we're playing a game of mix it in the right order. Is that the case?
Yeah, actually, and don't worry. Before you ask, it is completely non-lethal.
What else does it do?
Well, let me think here. Let me see.
Did you already get the note?
No, I didn't. It's an
Oh,
old meme, sir.
oh, I got it. It took
One-
me a second, but I got it. All right.
Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone!
Well, one time like I said, one time I brewed it. I grew a beard, but it was completely made of chicken feathers. And then another time, it made my voice so quiet that I had to yell to talk normally. Usually wears off. Side effects usually wear off pretty quick, though. Here,
Well,
let
if
me,
we're gonna have to end up waiting the night anyways.
Here, let me actually I'll grab you the note real quick. Here we go. Here, have a look. I'll get working on that spellbreaker.
Hey, appreciated.
All right. And you're reading it, and this is what it says.
For those who desire, let's see. Well, might as well sit there and do something to keep my mind busy for the night, Yeah. I'm going to come over here and Kanari's taking a look at all the potions, and I'm just like, well, he said apparently this is an exam from his teacher to sit there and make a proper potion, and these are the words he gave me. I'll just kind of hold it out so she can also read it.
Here are the reagents.
Okay.
Hey.
And I'm guessing
That's a familiar.
0 is 10.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a familiar name right there.
For those who desire power or a bit of fun, an assortment lies before you. 5 you must shun. To start the brew, neither end you should pick. Second inside, only one will do the trick. You will not need any creatures of the land, and only one plant will provide a helping hand. 3 you desire, all in a line. The last is a powder grown in water brine. To make the elixir, add the neighbors and stir well clockwise. Next, add the liquid and bubbles shall arise. The last ingredient you must sprinkle, then mix it around. Concoction complete, now time to drink it down. The powerful primal magics here are strange and mysterious. Each one who partakes will have a unique experience. Well.
Okay. Well, let me do some of my old mist-style puzzle magic here in the back, and I'll let you guys know.
Yep, I wrote everything down, and I'm like, so we're gonna use half of them. I've already started dissecting it.
Or does
So
it
we'll
mean
only
that
need
we have to
5.
shun number 5?
No,
Well, it's
but
saying-
we need to shun 5 of them.
And neither end you should pick, so I'm assuming that means 1 and 10.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
So that means those 2 are already 2 of the 5 we don't need.
Yep. So we just need to
Second-
figure out what 3 we don't need.
You will not need any creatures of the land, so that would probably include,
So-
say, the snake bile,
And probably
Or the
the
spider-
spider ichor.
which would be 4 that we already don't need.
Yeah. And then,
And
Only
3 we
one-
desire are all right next to each other.
yeah. And then only one
Which
plant.
would be 5, 6, and 7 because those are the only 3 still next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we want to use 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah. 5, 6,
Which is
7.
3 that we need. And it
Not
says
grass.
the last is a powder grown in water brine.
Which is the pufferfish powder.
Yep. Pufferfish.
I see. Okay, yeah. For the line of 3. Yep.
Yep.
To make the elixir, add the neighbors and stir well. But we don't want the neighbors because those are 4 and 8, which are the spider ichor and the snake bile. Would that leave the pearl dust and the honey water?
Well, that depends. Do we
Oh.
count bees as a land-based animal? Same with frogs, actually. Although that's
Well, the
just for
frogs we
other
wouldn't
reasons.
use because we're not using 1 and 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, the spider ichor and the snake bile are specifics, whereas honey is not actually bees themselves.
Mhm.
So-
Right. But if we had
And
to
then there
choose
is-
between- if we had to
Sorry, go
choose
ahead.
between 2 and 9, then I think 2 is the more likely one because that's
Well, here's
Plant.
another fun one. You will not need any creatures of the land, and only one plant will provide a helping hand. So, if we are using Shadow Bloom leaves, then that's already the plant item.
okay.
Yeah. Which
Pufferfish
we, 5,
powder.
6, and 7 are the only ones still together, so we have to use
And I guess
those.
Moon Dew doesn't count as a plant, I guess. It's water, more so, like magic
Yeah.
water. So,
Well, okay. Pearl dust could also be a powder.
Which is the last ingredient you must sprinkle, then mix it around.
Right.
Yes, so pearl dust.
so Moon Dew, Shadow Bloom leaves, Pufferfish powder, the honey water, and then, no, the knot grass, and then the pearl dust. But are those the neighbors?
No, the neighbors I think are the 3.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, I
so-
see. Yeah, the 3 neighbors, add them together, stir them well clockwise. Next, add the
the
liquid, and
liquid,
bubbles
which-
shall arise.
Right, which should be the honey water then.
And then the last
Absolutely.
ingredient you sprinkle and mix around, which would be the pearl dust.
That's my
Yes.
guess.
Because it can't be the knot grass because we already are using the leaves. So it has to be
Right.
Yep.
3, 5, 6, 7, 9.
So we mix 5, 6, and 7, add
Yep.
the honey water, and then finish it off by sprinkling the pearl dust.
Right.
I think so.
I agree.
Let's give it a shot.
I mean, boof.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
have
boof.
8 intelligence. I did nothing.
I need to start muting Kai from solving puzzles or contributing
He
to
is-
puzzles.
He's the collective consciousness.
Just Kai, sniff this and say yes or no.
Boof.
Narr'tor, we
Okay.
should use the moon.
Shut up, this isn't your campaign.
Tell me to shut up more. It is my king anyway.
Moon and star.
Never pause. Tell me again.
All right. So, go through with me the creation process, because in addition to picking the right things, like you said,
Gotta
there's
put
an
it in the
order
right
and a
order.
procedure.
Yes.
Mhm.
So it says to add the neighbors. So I guess we find ourselves a cauldron.
Yeah.
And I guess we begin by mixing together the moon dew, the shadow bloom leaves, and the pufferfish powder.
Okay.
We add the neighbors and we stir it well clockwise.
All right.
Next
What's
thing will be
next?
the honey water, and we will be checking for bubbles. If bubbles appear, then we are on the right track.
Okay. The cauldron is bubbly.
All right.
Then the last ingredient, the pearl dust, we sprinkle and mix it around.
Okay. Once that's done, I suppose all that's left is to sample your
Bottle it
concoction
up.
Bottoms
once
up.
it's cool. Once
Bottoms
it's
up.
cooled.
So how many potions can we make out of this cauldron? Or is it just one? Is it enough for everybody that wants to try some, or is it just enough for one?
Well, do you want to? Would you like to sample it? Do like a sample.
I think we should sample it first, just in
Okay.
case.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy enough to do it if nobody else is.
Go for it.
Everybody has a
Okay.
different experience. Let's see what
Unless-
happens. All right.
Unless you want to test it on the dog first, you know.
So since you're just
Animal experiments.
Animal experiments.
Yep.
Fine with that. I'll take it. I
Okay.
think that we got it right. I have confidence in our decisions.
okay.
You want
so,
to sample some too? Okay. I'll put a ladle up to you too. Here you go.
All right.
Just tongue all over it.
So- So the dog and Sorren got it.
Oh my
Hey,
Like,
god.
let's go, man.
So Sorren,
Okay.
Such a Scooby and Shaggy
Oh.
thing to do.
Oh.
Sorren, you look at. You don't feel anything different at first, but you're looking around, and as you look outside to the dark of the church, and you can see really well in that dark.
Ooh,
You've gained dark vision.
dark vision.
But
Oh,
since this
like-
is just
Right.
is just a sample, it's not going to last the amount of time. Here's the thing. I'm going to do Kai's as well, real quick, before I start explaining more stuff.
Right.
Okay. Kai, you feel stronger. +2 to your strength stronger.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh.
I like
No.
this.
You
Here's the-
sample it, and then literally, we just all watch as your muscles go, and you just get bigger.
So here's the thing. This sample, I'm allowing a sample because the good results, if you were to completely imbibe the potion, the positive results would last for 1d4 days.
Ooh.
Oh.
But with this small little sample that you guys are getting, it'll probably just be
We're
a
able
couple
to-
of hours.
We're just able to find out what it's doing for us. Well,
Yeah.
your teacher was right. It seems to be sitting there doing some pretty nice things. I think we got it, guys. I can see everything. It's great. There's like no shadows in the room at all.
Oh, you've got
I'm not even
no
wearing any
eye.
goggles.
Excellent.
I'm not even have to wear no goggles to do it. And then everybody just watches as the dog just gets buff.
Does anyone else want to?
Size.
Anyone else want to sample your imbibe your concoction?
I think we got it right, guys. Come on. See what the end of it does say. Everybody has something different happen to them, so we're gonna have to see what
I
happens. to the rest of
swear,
y'all.
if I see a single spider,
She says, taking her sample.
You can shoot me, all right?
We'll
I'll
make
take
a
it.
way over.
She'll have to stop me first. Yes, I helped through this thing. Might as well. Drank.
All right.
cheers.
All right. So this is for Shizuki. That's not fun. That's not fun. That's not fun. That's not fun. There we go.
Hey, that's fun.
That's fun. Shizuki, your mind opens up. +2 intelligence for the next 2 hours.
Woo!
I'm smarter. I can understand calculus.
Woo!
That's not fun. Anri,
Yes.
you gain 4 temporary HP.
Yo.
Cool.
Kanari, that's not fun. That's not fun. That's not fun.
That's fun.
Kanari,
Yes.
your immune system has improved. You are now temporarily immune to disease and poison.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Meaning you
That's
can
gonna
drink
be-
all the alcohol you want.
Okay.
So, some of these things you may or may not feel any difference right away, but I think each of you would probably be able to bottle up 2 of these each.
Oh.
Ooh.
Congratulations! Well done solving the puzzle.
Yeah. It's a good thing we have several people in here that are very good at puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Let me see what the last one that I tried did. As he holds up a failed one.
Uh-oh.
He takes a long swig of his. And
Pause.
he lets out, he's like, I'm not sure of that one. And lets out a long belch as bubbles and butterflies are belched out of his mouth.
Golly.
Jesus
And they start
Christ.
they start fluttering around him. It's pretty cool. Let's
Mm.
make pills that do this.
I don't think it's exactly what it's supposed to do, but you know, that's pretty damn nice. Good party trick.
All right. Well, you guys can add these to your inventory. Each of you adding 2 potions, 2 mystery potions. And
Is it a mystery every single time, or?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
But to our knowledge, it is almost always a
So-
beneficial mystery.
Positive effect.
Hmm.
Yes. You guys do know that these are
Beneficial.
you do know that they are beneficial boons now.
Because
And,
we
awesome.
got the thing correct. Because
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
smart and can
And-
read.
In the future, when you drink these, the effects will last for 1d4 days. We will roll along with what effect you get.
Nice.
Very cool. Thank you.
Days. Awesome.
Thank you for entertaining and solving that puzzle.
Yeah.
I love, you know me, I love that kind of shit.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Tickles my brain nicely.
Yes.
Exam of Dr. Malpractice.
I'll take more of what Dr. Malpractice has to offer.
Ooh.
Shit's fun.
Other than that, Gary's probably going to be working into the night on that little spellbreaker situation. And
Sorren seems far more comfortable in this environment than he did outside.
Hmm.
is there anything y'all would like to do or discuss or RP while we as we go into settling in for this evening?
Hmm.
Good question. I'm almost trying to remember whether or not we've ever asked. I think I'm just trying to make sure I remember that I think we've either asked or just kind of learned through osmosis that Kanari was working for the kingdom. Or did we ever actually ask why she was infiltrating the cult? I don't think we ever did. I almost feel like Sorren's... If we don't know, then Sorren might be kind of working that over in his head for the moment, since we happen to be right here. So
The only information that you have on that front was that she said she knew some people in Baroniche who were interested in opposing these efforts, and
We probably just made the assumption that it was the court when we went in, I guess.
Right.
and that was why she was sticking around with you lot, so that she could end up back there eventually, and then she warmed up to you all and has stuck around for the rest of this.
Aw.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just rolling over in his head a little bit, but I can't actually think of any reason for him to say anything. So
If you decide
Not that he
you
would
want
pick
to
up.
RP if you decide you want to RP that, I am happy to go through that with you. Beyond that, though, Kanari does not have any anything specific, I don't think.
The thing that I can think of is Anri's probably turning over the whole Ashworth thing in her head, and I wanted to ask you, Guti, as per Anri's, when she was growing up, was she ever taught anything akin to a family history? Does she know anything about this in more detail, do you think? Because usually, like, noble families do, like nobles do get educated in, like, family... I was going to say sigildry, but just family history.
Mhm.
The lineage.
Yeah, the
Probably
lineage.
not that far back.
Okay.
And you, as a woman, were allowed to know what you need to know.
That is very true.
I don't say that out of personal misogyny.
No,
I say that out of knowing how these people are in game.
No, I know.
Totally understood.
So y'all stream viewers out there with your cancel bullshit, you can get you can suck my dick from the back.
Okay.
Gonna get a hall pass to fuck all your mothers. Anyway,
But yeah,
Is
no,
the
I
next one an invitation? Because I'll take it.
I can
Hey.
pass on to you, yeah. Anyway.
no, I do remember being quite specific on the kinds of things Anri was taught, so that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess if there's no way she can do research on that, then I guess she won't be. She'll just be doing the same meticulous stress gun prep. And head pats for Kai.
Nice.
Well, maybe Sorren's going over a couple of things with Kanari in terms of just the magic real quick. And then maybe he'll just kind of bring it up because it just kind of comes to the top of his head and he just thinks, to ask, I guess. So damn close to sitting there and dealing with this tower. Is there I don't know, I just we're all here for some kind of glory or some kind of who knows what at this point. You were sitting there and interested in all this before we even met you. Is there any more of a personal vendetta coming up here as well, or are you just doing the same thing as the rest of us? So we only stumbled into all of it essentially when we stumbled into you. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think that was the worst timing ever because Cygnus did have to BRB very quickly.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
I didn't notice in the chat. Man,
Yeah, that's okay.
It is alrighty.
Oh, perfect timing. He's back. Perfect timing.
Did I
Speaking
miss
of-
the thing with him?
Yes.
I didn't notice you said be right back.
Literally an entire monologue he gave you before.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
No,
I didn't
thought
notice your
had a
BRB.
second.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. I thought I had a second because it sounded like Anri was having a major crisis and needed to discuss it. And
No, I was just doing a
fun.
quick roll, but
She's
then turns out I couldn't make the roll. So.
Damn. All right. Well, I'm back. What did
It's
I
all
miss?
good.
Basically
So sorry,
boiled.
chaotic.
Yeah, basically boiled down to him asking if there was a personal vendetta here or
If you were
anything
here
else
for the
that
same
could-
reason as the rest of us, because we stumbled into all of this at the same time we stumbled into you, and you were already like way into this. So just almost like a "what's your story" kind of thing. Because like he never thought to ask, and he's just like, well, we're sitting here, we're about to hit the damn tower, might as well ask. So
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose you've. It's. The short answer is yes. I'm here because I have a vested interest in seeing the kingdom survive. I am here because I think I can make a difference, and I am here because. Oh dear, he's changed the music on me.
More fitting.
Because yes, I do have a vested personal reason to see people like these destroyed.
well, I suppose like anyone else, I guess, someone sitting there trying to take over the world or bring back evil, something like that. Everyone's got an interest in that, I suppose.
Well,
I guess maybe
exactly.
you've just been doing the fight a little bit longer.
Well, how much do you know about what goes on out west?
He thinks in his head for a second. He's trying to think of his mental map. Out west, that would be okay. That's Avalosia. So,
Yeah.
Well, easy answer to that, Kanari, is only whatever you've sat there and told me, or whatever little books I picked up. Because I'm out of my depths. I'm from across the sea. This is not my homeland. About the most I remember is that there's a nation of some kind, Avalosia, and they and Vera really do not get along.
That's correct. And I'm sure you remember that they've had their fair share of wars. I'm sure you've heard...
Didn't the prince go off trying to see about making peace and never came home?
That's correct. And the war dragged on as a result. And as I'm sure you yourself are aware, there is one constant in every war, and that is the innocents that are left in its wake. There are always refugees, there are always the people that... the little people. The... Yes, like you. That suffer the worst because of the whims of distant kings. Some are just and are fighting for the right causes, others are mad or dangerous or believe only in their own power. The end result's the same. Somebody dies, somebody loses their home, someone is thrown out by soldiers, someone loses their son. And to make a long story very short, I spent some time with those refugees, and I walked the tents and I saw the damage that had been done, and I said no more. And I started training in the arts that you've seen me develop. And she gives him a very specific, very hard look. Because he is the only other one who has seen her practice certain elements of her art at this point.
Just a tiny little nod of sorts, almost like a gulp in the throat sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like just unconsciously, like he didn't even control that, it just happened.
She notices. And when certain friends of mine that I had worked with at the camp came to me much later and said, hey, you know, this cult is going around recruiting people and they're planning to do something really awful, as far as our intelligence suggests. Maybe you'd be interested in going out there and helping some people again. They knew the right words to say. So out I went. And then you lot came along, and we did what we had to do, and we still are. Does that answer your question?
I'm trying to remember whether or not we all knew that about, because I remember it. I think it was just your what's the word I'm looking for? The flashbacks, because I remember bits and pieces of the flashbacks, but I don't know what Sorren knows on that one. I think the most he might know, you might have said something about how your parents. He might have asked the question about your parentage before, and you were like, "Yeah, I got fucking thrown off a fucking mountain." Basically. Did you say that? Is that something that we knew?
That might have been.
I'm just double checking.
Yeah, that might have been something I said to Anri. I'm not sure that Sorren was there for that one, but
yeah, that's why I was double checking. So
yeah, no, that's I appreciate that.
No, Anri's talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anri told everybody.
Oh yes, the prime gossiper.
Those fucking noble girls, you can't trust them.
Can't trust them for
And
a
you'd
second.
never believe what Cassandra said last week.
Can't trust them as far as you can throw them.
I think you could throw her pretty far. Want to test it?
No, I can't. I'm a
True.
dex build.
I could throw her pretty far.
You could throw her pretty far. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Cries.
Want to see the moon?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, yes, but no.
Not today. So, assuming that Sorren doesn't know that aspect of it, then I don't know. There's probably a lot that's rolling over in his head. I'll just say that one of them is, of course, the fact that you're a Gnoll. Like, that's something that by itself already, just never thought about it right up until now. And he's just kind of look. I don't know. He's probably just got I don't know what kind of look he's got on his face. He's just kind of looking at you.
Okay.
Mm.
And just says,
I'm an open book, Sorren.
Yeah, because I'm almost sitting here, and he just leans forward for a second. And then he looks back at you again. It puts a lot of things in perspective, that's for sure.
Oh?
And it helps.
Well, I'm glad it helps. What does it put in perspective?
I think it helps put in perspective. You're a damn fine person. I don't know if I need to know much more than that from everything that I've, from as long as we've been sitting here together, as long as we've been down the same path, same fate, whatever it is. Despite anything else or anything about your history. Hell, I wasn't much of one for sitting there telling open and barring my soul when we first met in the first place. Now I'm just kind of thinking maybe because it doesn't matter. I'm glad to have you by my side as we dive into hell. That's the only thing I can even think it is in there.
Would you be interested in rolling me a sense motive?
It's a good thing that I sat there and asked
Hey,
you to make
got
your
the
sense motive.
sense motive headband.
Yeah.
You played yourself.
Sure, let me roll a
Or
sense
was this
motive.
her goal all along?
Mm.
We'll go with a 16.
It's easy enough to spot if you're paying attention.
Mhm.
She's been wearing a variant of the same smile that she has since we all wandered into town for this whole conversation, and her eyes keep darting over to Jerry. But when you say you are a good person, you see something in her eyes change, and before it disappears again, she almost looks sad. Like that cut right to the heart of her, and she doesn't want you to see it, she doesn't want you to know, but before she can pull the mask back up, you do.
I think the only response is just kind of just a smile, but a nice, genuine smile. Just.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm assuming we're all
Like
just kind of
Emily?
gathered around a fire here or something, you know?
Just, like general gathering.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Anri's stress gunning, but I think she's listening.
I know there's
You're allowed
not,
to stress gun.
I know it's not really one depicted here, but I imagine that there's like a fireplace like along the wall somewhere in this room.
Yeah.
Jerry's off at his workbench doing his thing, so we're just kind of quietly muttering around the fire.
Jumping around the various shelves in the area to get different regions and all that.
So, when you finish your response there, she pulls you and whoever's closest on her other side in for a brief but tight squeeze.
I think from where we're currently set up, it would be me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yes.
Based on the way that it would be, I could probably get a hand on a shoulder and pat that back. I'm just thinking of the logistics of it. Should be easy.
Anri's probably sitting across, but we'll give Kanari a genuine smile because I think we've had a bit of a conversation similar to this,
yeah.
or like
Yeah.
poking a little. This is poking a little bit deeper, and yeah, she's gonna give you a genuine smile.
Well, yes, you're the only one who's heard the part about her family, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She, again, squeeze and then release. We're gonna make it through this, kids. We're gonna get in there, we're going to save the kingdom, and we're gonna come back out in one piece. All of us.
And happily ever after, la-di-da-di-da.
But you want to know the best part of that, though? I believe it.
Mm?
I very well believe it.
I hope so too.
Oh hey, dudes! Jerry calls from across the room. He's got like something in his mouth that is nothing. That is actually not something to smoke this time.
Oh,
Just so you guys know, just so you guys are aware, this is gonna be you guys are gonna go through that graveyard entrance. This is a one-way trip until you make it to the tower proper. So, is there anything you need to take care of before I get you in there? I'd make sure you take care of that now.
I think other than taking the dog on a walk to go pee, yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Always thinking ahead, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Several cutscenes will now play in sequence.
Well,
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Yes, Solar.
We
I
set
too
aside
play video.
time to view these
I too
cutscenes
play-
in their entirety.
I too play video games.
You do? Fuck.
No, I don't.
Alright.
I don't
think-
get that reference.
Bonus points if
Honestly-
you can tell me what game it's from.
Honestly, I think
don't-
we are as pretty much as
Good as we're
ready
gonna get.
as we're ever going to get.
Yeah.
That was- Well, the GM knows that. He's just giving you kind
yeah.
courtesy.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough.
'Cause
Which we
you guys
appreciate.
are some of his best friends.
Aww.
Aw.
I'm
It's gonna be a shame when we TPK.
Oh dear.
Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to give you a heads up while I was working on this part.
Hey Jerry, that's appreciated. Thank you. But hopefully we won't need to come back that way.
That wouldn't sit well.
Just for some reason, Sorren just kind of starts laughing for a second.
Gives you concerned dog eyes.
Yeah, I suppose for a little rascal from across the sea, this is a bit much, isn't it?
If you sat there and told me that within a couple of months of being here, I'd all of a sudden be at the doorsteps of hell, I wouldn't. I would have told you to just turn right around and walk back where you came from. Well, I think it's a good idea we get ourselves that sleep Jerry sat there said we should get. We'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Think so.
Okay. And tomorrow shall come. Gentlemen, next time on Kyonin Legacies.
Yeah, boy!
Dungeon 3.
Hell yeah.
Yes!
I don't believe you.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
As am I.
Dungeon
my
3
God.
isn't real. I've never seen it.
Dungeon 3 isn't real. It can't hurt you. Dungeon 3.
Never seen it. Isn't real.
Okay.
Can't you wait?
And I've got some work to do.
Hell yeah, baby.
I think this finally has confirmed my new listening material for work tomorrow. I'm going to be listening to some of our old sessions.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Yay, that makes me pleased as punch.
I want to redo some of my notes.
That would have been
Oh, it
pretty
Sounds
great.
like a good idea.
It would have been really great if Sorren drank his potion and then I got to voice. Moon and Star, why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food of out hot eat the food? Anyway,
Just suddenly Wuten is this trans-dimensional bird that just comes
precisely.
across. Yeah,
Is
I
that
mean,
not-
he kind of is.
Is that not what he
Avatar
is?
Of the creature.
He basically is.
What I was trying to imply there, by the way, when Jerry took his holy smokes, was when he was talking to the bird, that within the same frame of space-time realm where Wuten rests, or nests, shall we say, is the same time that Aesop last time in Pirates entered that realm. And through this weird fusion of space-time into this one singular unit,
moment.
the singular unit of universal transcendence, they spotted each other for just a moment.
All right.
Oh yeah, wasn't it when he took his cognotogen, I guess?
Exactly.
His Friar and
Yeah.
cognotogen. Just oh, that was weird.
He's like, yeah, I saw this Cullen guy and I waved, and I'm just like, huh,
Oh.
that was weird.
All
Jesus.
right. Well,
Which is
thanks.
another additional interesting matter.
Indeed.
Apparently, Jerry knows about the Cullen Association.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I caught that.
I mean, they're widespread enough. Most
Yeah,
people
they-
would have been-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with Jerry's
connection.
area of expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, for those of you
And it
tuning in,
relax.
thank you very much for tuning in for this. What may very well be one of the final episodes of Kyonin Legacies, depending on how Dungeon 3 goes.
Don't say that.
But until then, we'll find out how that goes next time on Kyonin Legacies. So until next time, bye-bye!
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.